because something is going to come upon you. See, there are 5 success factors. Sure, you say I should stay. Okay, let me give you something for stay. You want to be successful? 5. And then I'll give you another 5 and I'll stop. Number 1, everybody knows knowledge, 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 knowledge. You have deficiency there, bridge the gap. Bridge the gap. Do the needful. Even God has refused to bless ignorance. In Hosea 4 verse 6, he said, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. But if you now reject knowledge, I'll reject you from being a priest. I can't use you. God does not bless ignorance. Solve that problem. That's what trainings like this and other trainings that are value added can do for you. And then, of course, reading and a couple of other things. Number 2 is character, character, character. Integrity, integrity, integrity. Yeah. Knowledge is very important in the success equation, but character is extremely important. Let me just go. Number 3, people, relationships, networks. Build your social capital. For example, if you just have 2,000 young people here, you can double because senators are sitting here. The advantage you have now is that you know them before they get to the house. Governors are sitting here. And for some of you, your husband is sitting here. And she might not yet know that you are the wife. And you might not yet know that the man is your husband. You are busy talking to God and God knows. Be nice to everybody. Don't just come into conferences like this only to gain knowledge. Come in there to gain new social networks. Come in there to expand your influence. Okay. Make sure you make at least 5 new friends before you leave here. Okay. Okay. Number 4, the supernatural advantage. Churches, like to stay on that one, ignoring the other 3. That's what is causing the frustration. The supernatural advantage. You need the supernatural. Oh, you do need it. If it's not important, why are the people ruling you joining our cults? If not important, why are world leaders members of the Illuminati and different other world organizations? If it's not important, why is the Hollywood entertainment industry? I don't need to tell you that one. Politics is decided by it. Business is decided by it. Ministry is decided by it. Every aspect of society is controlled by it. So if you don't connect with the ultimate power that made the universe, that makes all the other powers bow, you are going to have to be forced to connect with smaller powers and become a slave of fallen powers, angels that were kicked out of God's royal service. You start following rebel soldiers and you become an outlaw in the realm of the spirit. Connect to the benevolent one that made you, that loves you, that made the universe. Don't just know him casually. Don't just know him from a distance. After all, you know your president. There's a president for this country. You know him from a distance. You see him on TV. How many contracts has that brought you? How has that added to your personal net worth? But there are people that know him closely. Those ones are enjoying the dividends. The Bible said he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. So, those 4 factors can changes all the equations. I didn't have to spend a lot of time there. Knowledge. Go from just general knowledge to specialized knowledge, especially professional skills. Okay, when you have the 4, there is one more thing that is extremely important. When God made human beings, he gave us a responsibility to have dominion over the earth. It's environment. Bring 2 pieces of corn from one stalk. Put one on this fine rock. Put the other one in the soil. Come back a few weeks after. The one in the soil has unlocked its potential. The one here remains the same. Actually, if you can protect it from rats, because rats will eat it very soon, and other things. But if you can protect it from rats, come 5,000 years after, it remains the same. Nothing has changed. That original one will have given birth to children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren. That one corn will have turned, in 5 years, will have turned to over 100 billion pieces of corn. The reason is that, if you understand how this sowing and reaping happens. I just visited a farm in Nasarawa State before coming here. See, harvest is no more plant and reap once in a year. There, what we learned every 6 weeks to 8 weeks, they complete one cycle, bring a harvest, go. And they are growing everything, almost everything that ShopRite needs. They are growing specific harvest for the market. Next year is for Anambra. We're going to partner with those Israeli companies that came to do that. But it's a Nigerian that brought them, and now they have set up the place, trained Nigerians for them, and they are running the place. I went with him to Israel, but he has gone ahead to translate what we saw in Israel into reality here in Nigeria. They grow everything. They grow grapes. All these grapes you are bringing from South Africa, apple, everything. They have disciplined the soil, turned into an environment suitable for those things they said that cannot grow in Nigeria. They grow all the vegetables that ShopRite need. They grow rice, grow millet, grow wheat. They found an export market, and they're growing certain things for them. They found certain things government wanted. They're growing things like rice and coal to meet that one. And then they went to ShopRite, found what they needed, and said, stop bringing from South Africa, where supply is cheaper for you here. Don't need to pay import duties, fly. So they are supplying them everything here. I went into where they're growing meat, they're growing chicken, they're growing eggs, I went into just their poultry. Like this building where we are now, they were able to get like 5 buildings out of this for eggs, for poultry. 5 out of this one building. And then one building, 25,000 beds. Multiply it by 5. You know what shocked me is that 70% of the things we saw growing, they were not growing on soil. They create their own soil. Why did I tell the story about environment? About environment. About environment. You are to dominate your environment. One is to find the right environment where your potentials can be harnessed. Don't say, I must die in my mother's church. Why don't you attend your village school where your mother attended? Find a church that nurtures your potential. Attend trainings and schools that will nurture your potential. work in companies and you can even choose a company that pay less. One offers you 70,000 and this one offers you 40. But that place where they pay you 40 will expose you to certain things that will grow you and prepare you for your next level. And you choose to go there because you actually receiving salary to attend school. After all this theoretical school where you pay school fees, there's now practical school of apprenticeship. The doctors do it. The lawyers do it. They go work in somebody's chambers for a while. Don't just get up and open a chamber. You have studied law, but you have not studied people management. And when you open a chamber, you have other people working for you. You hire other lawyers, but you don't know how to manage them. So you want to start a business, but you want to work in this big company that will help you understand how to build organization and manage one. Hello. Now, these are some of the wisdom for controlling and disciplining your environment, because sometimes environment is hostile. It's not what you want it to be. The money you need is not in the soil. So what do? You guys are now young people, you're adults now. If you commit a crime now, you are qualified to go to jail. So at this age now, God will hold you accountable for your life. There are certain decisions now you can now make for yourself. All of you here now are old enough to become somebody's mother, or father or mother. One of the ways you deal with environment when it's not, you dominate environment, is by creating alternative systems. Stop complaining about what is not working and start learning how to create alternative systems. A talk for another day. The hospitals are not good. Either you train and go in and fix it, or build a new hospital. We don't have enough buses. When work closes, everywhere, human traffic, where they are waiting for, and there are lines waiting for transport. It's opportunity now. Start your own transport business. All the problems you are complaining about are opportunities. So sometimes environment don't give us what we want. That's why we treat the soil, add the extra phosphate, add manure, add those things to make the environment what we want it to be. You see, Owerri is hot. It's also raining in Owerri, today particularly. But I didn't see any rain falling on you now. You know why? You see how we create a roof here? You see how they put air condition here? We are now exercising dominion over the environment. Outside is dark, but I see this place bright, and you're able to see and read. You know why? We are exercising dominion over the environment. You see, this place is a system carved out of the Owerri